About these private Medicare plans. And I'm speculating that most of you, if you're aging into Medicare, are probably receiving a fair amount of mail because most plans that know someone's turning 65 within the next 6 months to 12 months do like to market their materials and talk about what private plans they can offer. So where you reside determines what plan you're eligible to consider. The state and the county, very critical on what's available to you. This is something that's very near and dear to my heart. When I counsel people, I feel it's extremely important to understand the type of plan you may be interested in. Not just the insurance company or the benefits, but the type of plan. And we'll talk about that in a minute. And that's, here we are, types of private Medicare plans. So there's 4 of them we're going to talk about. The first one, you've probably heard the term Medicare Supplement. Then we're going to talk about Medicare Advantage, Medicare Cost, and Medicare Prescription Drug. 4 plans that we're going to address at this time. So Medicare Supplement. Medicare Supplements are also known as Medigap plans. These have been around, since Medicare came into being. A Medicare Supplement is a medical-only plan. There's different types of plans available. They're standardized, but it's medical-only, meaning no pharmacy. It always pays secondary. Medicare would be your primary insurance. Your Medigap or your supplement would always pay secondary. Generally, it's not network-based. This means that if you see a doctor that accepts Medicare, you don't have to worry if he accepts your insurance company because Medicare is your primary insurance company. It's portable, and this is really an important feature. If you came to me, for example, and you were discussing different options and you shared that you were considering a move, you have a home in Florida, you may retire, make Florida your home of residence in the very near future, this is something that I would encourage you to discuss and consider because a Medicare supplement is portable. You have to be a resident of the state in which when you enroll in your plan, but if you have a Medicare supplement, you can move within the U.S. and take it with you. It's guaranteed renewable, really an important term. It's an insurance term that means that the benefits will not change. So if you buy a Medicare supplement or enroll in a Medicare supplement, you will not get a notice each year telling you that your benefits, deductible is going to be higher, you're going to have a copay for this. No, the benefits stay the same. So if you like stability, you don't like change, this is a plan that you may want to seriously consider. The premiums could change, but not the benefits. After 6 months of Part B, you may have to submit a health application. The best time or a really good time to enroll in a Medicare supplement is when you're first eligible for Medicare Part D. There's a window of time at 6 months from when you have your Part D date effective that there's no health questions asked. You can apply later, but you may be asked health questions and be subject to what's called medical underwriting and approval. Now we're going to go on to Medicare Advantage. Medicare Advantage, also known as Part C plans. You don't see that Part C on a card, but that's what they are. And it's an all-in-one alternative to Medicare. It's kind of some people term it as a one-stop shop. It bundles your A and B and usually the prescription drug benefit. You don't use your Medicare card if you have Medicare Advantage. It's like having private Medicare. You're in the Medicare program, you're paying that Part B premium, but you're gonna, if you seek services, you are going to leave that card, at home, tucked away in your dresser drawer somewhere because you will not use it. Medicare Advantage does not supplement, it replaces, so that is the only card you would use when seeking services. Plans vary by state and county. This is not guaranteed renewable, so this means that you will get an annual notice of change. They're year-to-year plans. Every year on October 1, if you're enrolled in a Medicare Advantage plan, you will get a letter. It's actually more of a packet-type letter telling you that if your plan's available for the upcoming year, what changes, what premium changes, what benefit changes are going to happen, and then that would take effect the first of the following year. Medicare Advantage plans are attractive to a lot of people because they're not just a medical plan. They may offer vision, hearing, dental, additional benefits. I kind of call it the bells and whistles, and that's attractive to a lot of people. Medicare Cost. So this is our third type of plan. These plans are a hybrid. Hybrid meaning a kind of a combination. It's a little bit of supplement, a little bit of advantage. Medicare Cost plans have they've been around probably the least amount of time. They are very flexible because they can be a medical only plan, or you have that flexibility to include the Part D prescription drug benefits. Your choice. You retain your original Medicare. So unlike an Advantage plan, you will still you'll still carry that red, white, and blue card, and the benefits would be coordinated. The plan availability depends on your state and county. And this is very important to understand because there was a big disruption in the Medicare Cost market in Minnesota. Back in 2018, they went away for 66 counties. 21 counties remain eligible to sell and renew those plans, and we're very fortunate in the area that I work in, Pine, Aiken, Carlton, Mille Lacs, St. Louis, Kennebec. Cost plans remain available, and they are an attractive alternative because of the flexibility and how the benefits are designed. So if you're in one of the available counties, it is one that you would want to really look at and consider as one of your options. It is a year-to-year plan. So like an Advantage plan, it is year-to-year. There's no guarantee that it will be available the upcoming year, and the benefits can change. You will get that notice of change by October 1, reminding you that open enrollment's about to begin October 15th, and these are the changes for the upcoming year. You will also, most cost plans give some of the bells and whistles, so to speak, in terms of vision, hearing, and dental. It may or may not be offered. It would depend on the plan. And then the fourth type of private plan available on the market are Medicare Prescription Drug Plans. And these are known as Part D. And I'm sure most of you have heard that term, Part D. A lot of times you'll hear it on television advertising, perhaps from a pharmacy, you know, what's your Part D benefit? We offer, you know, low co-pays or whatever. But Part D is the pharmacy part of Medicare. And this has only been around since 2006. So Medicare, you know, was signed into law in 1965, President George W. Bush signed Medicare Part D into law in 2003, and then it took effect January 1st, 2006. And it added a benefit that had never been available to Medicare beneficiaries. It can be sold or you can enroll. It depends on different scenarios, but it's sold as a standalone plan, which means that you enroll in a private prescription drug, or we call them PDP plans, and that card is all you use it for is at the pharmacy. Or it's included or bundled. We like to use that word bundled with certain plans. Like I earlier mentioned that Advantage plans and cost plans can include the Medicare Part D benefit. The plans will vary by state and county. Again, when we help people evaluate programs, the first thing we do is, you know, what state do you live in, obviously. We have to be licensed in that state, but what county, what zip code, all those things we look at when we first begin discussing, or anyone that would be discussing this, or if you're doing it on your own. Very important to understand that plans will vary by state and county. There's coverage levels and what's called a donut hole, and you've probably heard that term, donut hole. It's been made fairly infamous, but it's changed since 2006 significantly. And I'm going to show you a little image in just a moment here of how these levels work and what the donut hole actually is. And this one also, year-to-year plan, is those that have a Medicare Part D coverage will get an annual notice of change. That change is required to be sent to beneficiaries by October 1st each year by the plan. And then October 15th, the open enrollment begins, or what we call annual enrollment period so you can reevaluate. You can certainly stay with the same plan if it meets your needs, but there are options for you to shop during the annual enrollment period. There is a penalty. A lot of people ask this question. So Medicare Part D has a window, and we'll talk about that initial enrollment window when you first become eligible. But if you do not sign up when first eligible, you say, I don't take meds, I don't need this coverage, and that it's optional. You don't have to sign up for it. But if you elect not to go with Medicare Part D when first eligible, and later on down the years you sign up during an open enrollment or an annual enrollment window, Social Security will know that, and they will send you a letter asking if you have by chance other coverage, maybe VA or what they call creditable coverage. And if not, you can still sign up during an open enrollment window, but you will be assessed a penalty, which means you will pay a higher premium. And that is lifelong. We'll talk, there's a little image too I have of the late enrollment and how it's calculated in just a future slide here, a couple slides forward. One thing I always point out to my people that I talk to about Medicare Part D, there's a program called the Extra Help Program, and it's through the Social Security Administration. And what it is a subsidy, not a public program, but it's a subsidy. And it's available to folks with limited income and resources. And there you can go on the Social Security or Medicare site, and they'll give you those specific, the thresholds for income and resources. I always tell people, if in doubt, check it out, because it helps. It can help significantly if you meet those guidelines.